So in today's ball manipulation session, we're going to be working on close ball control, fast footwork, and using different parts of the foot to manipulate the ball in really small spaces. The equipment you'll need today is simply a football and some markers. Again, if you've got cones, use cones. If not, bottles or anything to mark the surface with. So we're going to start off with an off-the-ball warm-up to get our body and our feet ready for the main bulk of the session. The setup is going to be one cone, then a 5 meter gap, then another 5 cones spaced closely together. The demonstrations I'm going to show, just follow along at your leisure. If you need a break, take a break. If you need a little drinks break, do that. Just copy the demonstrations as best you can for the next couple of minutes. So hopefully now, after that warm-up, you're ready to get the ball involved. We're going to be working in a real small space to get our feet comfortable with the football. We're going to be using cones or markers to create a 2x2 square, and we're going to practice each of these movements demonstrated for a minute. So it's really important now, with these demonstrations that I'm about to show, that you watch really closely. Recognise what part of the foot that I'm using to manipulate the ball, how my feet are moving really quickly to adjust myself to get the right touch that's needed on the ball. Pause the video whenever you need to. Rewatch the video as many times as you want to recognise the right technique. Really use the demonstrations shown to get that technique spot on. The next part of the session is the 1 cone, 1 minute patterns practice, using quick footwork and different parts of the feet to manipulate the ball around 1 cone. So the setup for this needed is simply 1 cone, 1 football in a small space. Again, really pay attention to the demonstration in the video shown to recognise the parts of the foot that are being used and what the pattern we're using is. Again, rewatch, pause, rewind the video as much as you want to recognise the parts of the foot and the technique needed to execute the skill. And I'm going to set a little challenge for you guys as well. How many repetitions can you do in 1 minute? So if you've got a timer, or you can count to 60 seconds in your head, how many times can you complete that movement in 1 minute? So we're going to finish today's session with the 3-cone challenge. This practice is going to work on our ball manipulation skills with different parts of the foot when receiving. This time trying to receive a moving football and manipulate it to then make another pass. The setup is going to be 3 cones spaced apart, 3 meters then away from a wall. You can also use this practice with a teammate and make it into a little competition. So what you're going to do is play the ball through the gates. Hopefully the wall or the teammate will pass it back into your feet. And you're going to receive it with the inside, the outside or the sole of the foot to manipulate the ball, shift it and play through the other gate. And that's going to hopefully keep coming back at you every time you make a little wall pass. And you're going to have the opportunity to manipulate the ball using various parts of your feet to shift and play back. So going into the 3-cone challenge, I'm going to play the ball with the inside, receive and shift it with the inside and play through the other gate. So we're just manipulating that football across our body to play through the other gates. This can be really useful in a game when you're receiving the ball in a straight line, but you can't see the next passing line. So you have to shift the ball across, find a new passing line, and make the pass. Again, manipulating that ball in a tight area to find a new angle to attack. So still with a 3-cone challenge, this time just receiving with the outside of the foot. So see how this is different to the inside? Just the angle of the knee and the angle of the foot towards the floor to shift the ball either to our left-hand side or our right-hand side through the gate. Still playing the ball with the inside of the foot. This time looking at the sole of the foot to receive the ball on, to be able to manipulate the ball either to our left or to our right to make that pass to find a new angle. Again, just working on different parts of the feet that we've used in today's session to test you a little bit more. Finally, going into mixed receive, so using all parts of our feet that we've worked on today to manipulate the ball, to shift it, find an angle to pass. So we're manipulating that ball with maybe the inside, the outside, the sole, a little skill. Sometimes the ball comes to you at different heights and you've got to shift your body, adjust your feet and work with the football to manipulate it and play that pass. Hope you guys have really enjoyed today's session. Ball manipulation can be really, really fun to shift the ball in real tight areas to get yourself out of a little bit of trouble. Maybe in a 1v1 or 2 or 3 players around you and trying to shift the ball to find a new pass or a shot or to find a drive out of a bit of space that you've created by manipulating and changing the angle of attack. Being really, really creative as well, using different parts of the foot and different speeds to shift that football. Hope you guys have really enjoyed it, enjoyed the 3-cone challenge as well. Maybe you've had a teammate in there to be able to shift and receive the ball, manipulate the ball to find a new pass. And hope you guys have been really, really creative and comfortable on the ball today. It's the biggest thing for today's session. It's being comfortable on that football. Make loads of mistakes. Trip over a couple of times when you're trying to shift and change and turn. I know that I have today. But go again, get yourself back up and try that little bit of ball manipulation skill to help yourself in a small space. Let us know how you guys get on, and I hope to catch you again really, really soon.